Good evening, patriots. I want to talk to you about Randi Weingarten today. She's the president of the American Federation of Teachers, and she has spent decades shaping our schools, not for the better. From prolonged school closures to left-wing activism, her union's actions have sidelined students' needs. Worse, her radical rhetoric outside education and recent exit from the DNC reveal a leader more focused on politics than on kids. Let's dive in. Schools are supposed to teach basic skills, and if nothing else, critical thinking, not ideology. Students suffer when unions prioritize agendas over academics, and does. Thankfully, parents are fighting back. Weingarten's overreach has supercharged school choice, with 14 states expanding programs since 2020. Families are choosing charters, private schools, and homeschooling to escape these failing systems. Weingarten calls school choice, seriously, are you ready for this? She calls school choice illegal. She claims it enriches elites. But data shows that, for example, in Arizona, 62% of voucher users in Arizona came out of public schools, not wealthy families. You know what she fears? Parental empowerment. Believe me, Democrats never met a billionaire they didn't like. As head of the AFT, Weingarten wields enormous influence. But instead of championing students, she's prioritized union control and far-left causes. During COVID, her union forced districts to keep schools closed long after science supported reopenings. She demanded unrelated concessions like defunding the police and universal health care as a condition for her teachers to just go back to work and collect the salaries we pay them to teach students. Not that they're doing so much teaching anyway. And we know she doesn't care just because she tells us by the kinds of policies she considers appropriate for pushing into American public schools. Critical race theory, gender identity. Look what just happened in Maryland in the Supreme Court case. Thousands of parents wanted to opt out of their creepy gender is nonsense. So they shut down the opt-out option. Supreme Court said, not happening. The AFT's 2021 pledge to defend teachers promoting these ideas sparked outrage as parents demanded to focus on reading and math. Far-left rhetoric calling parental rights advocates extremists alienates families and distracts from education's core mission. Ugh. And Weingarten's activism goes far beyond education. A Democratic National Committee member for 23 years until June of 2025, she's pushed radical policies that conservatives understandably see as anti-American, because they are. She's backed defunding the police. She railed against constitutional checks and balances, contempt for the rule of law. Her rhetoric aligns with the most left-wing figures in American politics today. And let's talk about that DNC drama. It was the beginning of June 2025 when she quit the DNC, citing disagreements with Party Chair Ken Martin after he removed her from the Rules and Bylaws Committee. In her resignation letter, she claimed the party wasn't enlarging its tent. What did she want to include? The Trotskyists Association? Fact is, it was a tantrum. She was losing influence because everyone is beginning to come around to the realization that she's poison. Her support for David Hogg's plan to primary moderate Democrats shows her preference for far-left purity over unity, not out of principle, but because that's what she sees as the path to power and influence. Again, the one thing you don't hear about is the benefit of students in American public schools. She doesn't care. She does not care. And what was the fallout? Students lost up to a year, sometimes more than a year of learning. Math and reading scores tanked. especially for low-income and minority kids. This is according to the National Assessment of Educational Progress. Mental health crises spiked. Pediatricians reported a 30% surge in youth anxiety and depression. Weingarten now claims she always wanted schools open. Parents remember the FT's obstruction, her focus, her union's political leverage. Randi Weingarten's legacy is one of harm. School closures stunted learning, far-left rhetoric that divides communities, and a DNC resignation that exposes her extreme political obsession. It's long past time for parents to reclaim education through school choice and local control. Our kids deserve schools that serve them, not union bosses or far-left agendas. Join the fight in your local school board for an education system that puts students first.